We're going to clean up the block. We're going to clean up the block side now, or the deck as they call it. We got the cylinder head all cleaned up there. Using some brake clean or some carb cleaner to just get the oil off of here. And completely dry. Seal. And I think we just wiped some oil from inside of there on this side. So let's give that another wipe down there. So this is how she'll lay on there. You want to make sure you got the side that says front actually going towards the front. So something like that. On test fit, make sure all your ports and whatnot are getting adequate access there. I will real quick just compare those ports to our Cometic gasket. Just double check they got the same kind of sizing going on there. Yeah, similar sizing. RTV needs to just go on the kind of tip of the ears there, I believe. Don't need a whole lot on there. So I think we just need something like that ought to do. See how that seals. Alright guys, so we're going to be putting a little bit of assembly lube on all of the rollers on our new lifters. My hands are nice and clean and degreased, of course. You don't really want to handle these with oils, natural oils on your skin. And that's plenty. So we got those adequately coated with assembly lube. And then we're just going to take a little bit of oil. Put some oil on all those guys there. Put those in. You want to take note of how you install these. Make sure that that oil passage hole is facing upwards the whole time. Alright, it won't hurt just to pull all these out and double check that you got them aligned properly. Ready? So our dowel pins are in the cylinder head, so what we will do is just leave them there. Don't worry about that. And make sure this surface is nice and clean. The lint from our cloth. Dowel pins in and boom. Guess that's good for our TV. Just kind of on the ears. That'll be fine. We'll probably end up cutting that off, honestly, and then re-RTVing it once we put the lower on. If we need to end up resealing it or swapping the head gasket out later, it's no problem. Just gonna be cleaning up our studs before dropping them in there, all our hardware essentially. Using the thread lube on the uppers, so I'll go ahead and apply that here. And we'll use that handy dandy technique of rolling our threads together. I honestly think that should be plenty for the two of these. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Those ones are all good there. We sunk them all the way in by hand with just the thread lube on them. And now we'll put in the lowers with the actual sealant. If you are having trouble getting your collar in, you stick a finger in the exhaust and the intake ports. Just kind of wiggle the head while you push down on the collar. Some of them are a little bit stubborn, but we will all go in there. This is a non-hardening silicone sealer that we'll be using here. We'll see how well it works. We'll be using an extra generous amount here, just for peace of mind, if you will. Definitely plenty for both these studs. The reason that we coat these with the silicone, or the non-hardening sealant, is so when we sink them down into these lower water ports, or the water jackets, they don't leak any coolant. Now, what did I do with our L wrench? We're going to just snug these a little bit past finger tight. Nothing crazy, obviously. sink these nuts down in there. We are going to be installing, or I should say torquing, cylinder head number 1. You want to start from the center, work your way out. We are going to definitely start by just gently snugging these up. Once you get the last one snugged up, you're going to start with the centermost bolt. You're going to torque it down to 30 to 40 foot-pounds. Next torque spec is going to be right around 60 to 70 foot-pounds. Stand by. It'll be 55 foot-pounds. This is not the best torque wrench. Once we get up to 80, we'll get to a little better torque wrench. Done with this one. Going from a 1/2 inch to a 3/8, no extension or wobble to it. 55 foot-pounds. Just see kind of where about that one was in relation. So it was definitely over 55 foot-pounds, or right around it. Now we're going to up it to
75, 80?
Yeah, I think we'll hit like 76, 77. We'll do right at 77. That's a good number. You know,
I like that number.
And the torque wrench does too, so. Final torque spec, I guess, and then we'll sequence it maybe 2 or 3 times. I'll tell you, this ain't a workout. I'll tell you.
Oh, I bet it is. But I can see the rotation of it. Every time it's
Right about the same, right?
almost the same every time. Sequence 2.
Sequence number 2. So we have already measured these out and everything. We know that these are the right size here. Can't remember the specifics on what size we ended up going with, but these are some chromoly push rods. Let's see how they do. So we're just going to set all of these real kind of mediocrely at 0 lash. So we've got all of our lock nuts set down at 0 lash, real gently there. Obviously, when we go through to adjust 0 lash, we need to adjust cylinder 1, and then following the firing order of whatever motor we're working with, rotate the engine over 90 degrees, move to the next cylinder. In our case would be cylinder number 3, I believe, and so on. It's very likely we'll install the other head before we get to actually finally installing the rocker arms completely, but in the end, we'll definitely not look like that. ones in, and we centered those with the spring retainer, whatever you call this guy. And now we're going to torque that guy down. So it's about 10.5 foot-pounds. Take this guy. It'll be an 11mm socket. Sinking down what we can't by hand, I guess. Right now we're just trying to get as much of the assembly lube out of there as we can, and the torque lube. I mean, we'll just work on that until we get it all out of there. Not a big deal for these some, but it's caked in there, so try to get the majority of it.